The book is very beautiful, very interesting, very inspiring, and it's like now, it's recent. Sri M is still alive. So we'll give a short review to the biography of Sri M. Yes, that's his name, Sri M. Some yogi gave him this name, Sri M. He's a Muslim-born. He describes in his book some past lives with the great Mahavatar Babaji, that is the founder of the lineage of Yogananda. And he has some omens already as a child. Some yogis come to visit him and give him a certain spiritual power already as a child. And then at the age of 19 or 20, he leaves everything behind, like a good Indian, and goes to the Himalayas to find the master, which is beautiful. The thing in India that often Muslims have an Indian guru or a Hindu guru, and Hindu have a great Muslim saint like Sahib that they take as their guru. It's very beautiful, this tolerance of the mystics in India. He meets all sorts of saints describing his childhood and so forth, but the actual interesting part, or very inspiring part of the book begins when he gets to the Himalayas and he tries to find a guru, and he goes up to Badrinath and he meets a lot of fake gurus and goes through a lot of ordeals, and he's in pain, and he really has to give himself almost to total despair until he finds his guru, and his guru, he finds that it's the same great yogi that he met when he was a child and gave him the impulse then. And then he spends a few years, not many, but a few years living in the Himalaya with this great yogi, living a proper life of a sadhu, coming from a wealthy family and then living as a beggar in the Himalayas. What they give you, that you eat, sometimes going days without eating, sleeping in caves and here and there in people's houses and in different monasteries. He receives initiation in Kriya Yoga. What's very inspiring about the book is his guru, whose name Babaji, not the Babaji, but one of that lineage, who is extremely inspiring, very firm, very Shivaic, very manly, very elevated, and the relationship, the love between them, and also sometimes a bit more harsh education that he receives is extremely beautiful. Many different miracles that spice up the book very much. He goes on, he meets all sorts of yogis in the Shivananda ashram. He meets some of the direct disciples of Shivananda, Swami Satchitananda, if I remember correctly, and others. He goes on to pilgrimage and has visions of Sai Baba and other great yogis, and then he withdraws and his life becomes simple. He marries, has a wife and so forth, and from time to time he meets his guru to receive more guidance, and eventually he meets and spends some good years with J Krishnamurti, and then eventually receives the command from his guru, or a subtle command. He feels now is the moment, and he starts teaching. The book is very beautiful, very interesting, very inspiring, and it's like now, it's recent. Sri M is still alive. He was there in YouTube, he was manifesting a Rudraksha from thin air. You can also see him on YouTube. He's a very sweet man, and what is for me the most inspiring about his YouTubes is when he speaks about his master with so much love and with tears in his eyes. It's extremely beautiful and touching to see. It's a great book and a great audiobook to give this feeling of the Himalayas, and the tradition is still alive. He was there in the 1960s, 70s, so the tradition, at least then, was still alive, and I'm sure today there are still these great yogis, and it gives the feeling of that. So if your heart aspires to be touched by these great masters, this is indeed a very inspiring book. If you like this video and want to learn more about Tantra, about yoga, about psychology, emotional healing, lives of saints and the scriptures,
Then hit the bell, like, subscribe, and you'll never miss an upload. Thank you so much.